Okay. Good afternoon, grade 11. Sorry, I'm not available as of the moment because I have a medical emergency in my family. But today, you should be watching this video about the types of proportions. This is the last lesson for our fundamentals, and then we will be proceeding to the theoretical part of our subject. So, we have direct proportion, inverse. We have three different types of proportions. We have the direct proportion, inverse or indirect proportion, and the partitive proportion. So the first one that we have is the direct proportion. From the word direct itself, pag sinabi nating direct, if x increases in such a way that x and y is a fraction or is a ratio, if x increases, y should also increase. If x decreases, then y should also decrease. So you have to analyze a certain problem whether should y be increasing together with x or not. So let us look at this example. So one example here is if Trina earns 600 pesos for a 20 hours work, how much will she earn if she works 30 hours? So, tingnan natin mabuti yung problem. Sabi niya dito, nung nagtrabaho daw si Sheena ng 20 hours, kumita siya ng 600 pesos. Kung nagtrabaho ba si Trina ng more hours, say 30 hours, tataas ba yung sahod niya o bababa? Of course, kapag mas nagtrabaho ka for more hours, mas mataas yung sweldo mo. Okay, so this is an example of a direct proportion. And how do we solve it? We will solve it the way that we used to do. So like I said, kunin natin muna yung mga ratios. We have 20 hours and 600 pesos. Yun yung una natin. So that's 600 pesos over 20 hours. Then equal sign. Tapat lang natin. Ang nawawala natin ay kung magkano. So, let's label that as N. And then, over 30 hours. And then, we will cross multiply, diba? So, 600 times 30, that is 18,000 pesos hours divided by 20 hours. So, cancel natin yung hours. Then, natira na lang sa atin is pesos. And then, we divide 18,000 by 20. So, that gives us 900 pesos. Okay? So, this is how we solve a direct proportion. Kailangan i-check ninyo. Bumalik kayo sa problem, 30 hours, dapat nag-increase yung pay niya. So, from 600, dapat nag-increase. So, naging 900, tama naman. So, therefore, your answer should be correct. Okay? And then, letter B, after the direct, we have the indirect proportion or inverse proportion. They are just the same. Now, this is opposite of direct proportion. Dahil nga siya ay indirect na or inverse, kapag nag-increase yung x, mag-decrease naman yung y. So, baliktad. Increase, decrease. Kanina kasi dito, siya ay parehong increase. Okay? O kaya parehong decrease. So, this way, titingnan natin yung example natin para maintindihan ninyo. To finish one job in 8 days, 6 workers are needed. So, para daw matapos yung isang trabaho, sa loob ng 8 araw, kailangan ng 6 na trabahador. Ngayon, kung magdadagdag daw tayo, if there will be 2 more workers, magdadagdag tayo ng 2, how soon can they finish the job? Siyempre, halimbawa, may isang taong gumagawa ng trabaho, kaya niya tapusin yung trabaho niya ng isang araw. Pag may tumulong sa kanya, natural, bababa yung number of hours or yung time na kailangan nila to accomplish the job, diba? So, this is an example of inverse kasi nag-increase yung number of workers natin, bababa yung number of days. Okay? So, let us see how this is going to work. Baliktad naman to. Kanina naka-fraction, 'di ba? Dapat magiging 8 days over 6 workers. Gagawin natin sa kanya, instead na divide, i-multiply natin. So, 8 days times 6 workers. So, baliktad. Linear lang siya. Is equal to magdagdag tayo ng dalawa, so therefore magiging 8 yung workers natin. So, hindi natin alam yung isa, n times 8 workers. So, let us solve muna each. So, 8 times 6, that's 48 days per workers is equal to, pwedeng i-transpose na natin yung 8 workers pababa para maiwan na lang dito si n, diba? So, lilipat ko na yung 8 workers dito. And then, we will divide. So, cancel na natin yung workers kasi common. Then, 48 divided by 8, that gives us 6, diba? So, 6 times 8, that's 48. So, that's 6 days. Therefore, it will only need 6 days para matapos yung isang job ng 8 workers. So, i-check natin. Dapat bumaba kasi nag-increase yung ating number of workers. Dapat pababa yung isa. From 8 days, naging 6 days. So, tama naman yung ating proportion. And then, last one, we have C, partitive proportion. Na-discuss ko na to, pero ang tawag natin dito ay partitive proportion. Ipapaliwanag ko lang ulit. So, a whole is divided into many parts. Hindi siya similar sa direct and indirect kasi this is solved because it is partitioned. So, isi-solve lang natin according to ratio. So, 40 liters of water is transferred into 3 containers. And the ratio 1:3:4. How much water is in each container? Diba? Sabi ko, meron tayong total. Ilang containers? 3. In the ratio of 1:3:4. This is super easy. So, ang given natin is isang ratio and then total. So, to solve this, just add, diba? Add all the ratios. That is 1 plus 3 plus 4. That gives you 8. And then, step 2. Pwedeng gawin natin. This is another way. Pwede na nating agad i-divide yung total versus the answer in number 1. And then, that's, oh no, wait lang. So, that's 40 liters divided by 8. That gives us 5, diba? And then, 3 multiply natin yung number 2 to all the ratios. So, that's 1:3:4, diba? So, 1 times 5, that is, times lang natin, times 5. So, 1 times 5, that's 5. 3 times 5, that's 15. 4 times 5, that's 20. So, how do you know kung tama? Pag in-add mo siya lahat, dapat equals to 40. So, 5 plus 15, that's 20, plus 20, that's 40. So, this is our ratio. Ibig sabihin, yung tatlong container has 5 liters, 15 liters, and 20 liters respectively. So, 3 steps lang yan. Okay. So, if this is a little bit more cloudy, di pa masyadong malinaw, just keep reviewing this video. And then I will ask you to do an activity on your LMS. Okay, I'll be posting it together with this video. So that would be all for today. Thank you very much, grade 11.